Stress is causing problems throughout society. Stress can normally be split into two categories: positive stress versus negative stress.
All right.
How do you think stress affects society?
Well, when I was thinking about this question, I thought about two different kinds of stress. So good stress, which could be a motivator for some. Like an example of good stress, talking with strangers or traveling to a new place. I think that motivates us to do better and to grow. And then negative stress is often what we think of when we think of stress. So that could lead to physical ailments and mental illness and that kind of thing. So I think it impacts people in different ways depending on what type of stress they have.
Some examples of positive stress may include meeting new people or going new places. But negative stress might include trouble in the home life or trouble at work and having too many tasks to complete but not enough time to complete them. Or it could just be personal issues that are constantly weighing on your mind. However, for some people it might be school and having too much studying to do. What are some things you recommend to help with stress?
For stress that's not real long-term, more coping mechanisms like running or going for a walk, or some people like to write or draw. Breathing techniques work for some. But then in some cases, such as traumatic stress that may have happened like in childhood, sometimes that requires mental health counseling and identifying that stress and learning how to handle it.
Stress management is very important, as it is important to lower stress levels as much as possible. Some coping mechanisms may include aromatherapy with lavender oil, or some people enjoy taking a run, or some people may enjoy writing in a journal and writing down their feelings, or some people might just want to read a novel and get out of their head. However, some may enjoy getting a massage to just relax. More serious stress may need something like counseling and talking to someone. There's acute stress and there's chronic stress. Acute is more short-term, which could be a new challenge or an upcoming presentation at work. Then chronic stress is more long-term, like a commute to work, an annoying boss, maybe a difficult spouse. Many students will experience stress while at school. It could be having too many classes and not managing their time wisely, or procrastination. Do you think students' academic life is impacted by stress?
Yes. Let's see, I made some notes. Yes, I think students that have a lot going on at home, that have some maybe trauma or extra stress at home, that obviously will impact their education. But also students that are taking higher level classes and put a lot of pressure on themselves too.
Right.
Yeah.
You think it's more about like organizing wise, like with your classes and stuff, like the stress that comes with it, like procrastinating and stuff?
Yes. Procrastinating often leads, as you know, to a lot more stress. And I think there are some students that have an idea of exactly what grade they want to get in every class, and they put that stress on themselves too. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, that motivates them.
Young children will often experience stress, and it may be simple things or little things like crossing the road for the very first time, or taking the training wheels off their bike and having to ride without them. It also could be going to school or riding the bus for the very first time. Sometimes parents tend to just brush off their child's stress or ignore them. However, it's very important that children learn from a young age how to cope with stress and are taught how to deal. The majority of people in society will experience stress at some point in their lives. Therefore, it is imperative that people are knowledgeable about stress management and know what coping mechanisms will work best for them.